Thanks for joining us. I'm Beverly Thompson. A new comet is streaking through the sky, but you've got to be an early riser if you want to see it. For more on this, we're joined by amateur astronomer Malcolm Park. He joins me from Prince Edward County, Ontario. Good to have you on. So tell us about this comet and how we can see it.
Hi, Beverly. Yeah, in the early morning hours, the comet rises at approximately 3:15 a.m. And as it continues to rise in the morning sky, it becomes more visible, starting at about 3:30 until 4:30. It's going to be at its best between 4 and 4:30 a.m. for the time being, and then eventually the sun rises and washes out the sky.
So tell me the significance of this comet and why people are so excited about it.
Well, there are comets all the time, but they are not always visible to the naked eye or with binoculars in this case. And it's the pleasure of looking up at the night sky and seeing in the stars something that's a little different, and it represents a different kind of object that's out in the solar system.
And tell me about we're taking a look at some photos as you've been talking about it, and it's very, very bright. So will it remain bright for a while, and that's part of the reason we're seeing it? Or is there a concern, oh, not a concern, but the fact that it could just, not be as bright in a couple of days?
Yes, the brightness is because it's so close to the sun currently, and it won't always remain so. So as it moves away from the sun, it's going to dim. The rate at which it does that, we aren't certain. So we encourage people that want to see it to go out and have a look while we can, because we can't guarantee you that in a month or in 6 weeks it'll still be as bright. Although the possibility exists it could still be visible. In about a week to 10 days, it will no longer be a morning sky object. It will become an evening sky object, and that makes it much easier for people to go out and see after sunset, after dark, rather than get up at 4 o'clock in the morning. Yeah.
Right. Okay. So tell me about, in terms of the comets, and you say we do get comets all the time, but I'm wondering if there are more of them, or are we just better at finding them?
Well, there's a unique satellite up in space right now which discovered this, which is called NEOWISE, and the NEO stands for Near Earth Object, and its mission is to look for these objects that might be a threat to Earth, but it also finds things that are not harmful, and it found this comet. It's about the 30th comet that this satellite has found. And while there are lots of comets in the solar system, not all of them are visible. So what makes this unique, and throughout human history, people have always been fascinated by things in the night sky that aren't usually there. So if you take a look at something in the sky like this, it's quite interesting.
So, Malcolm, in terms of the folks that haven't seen a comet before, and you mentioned, there's the 4 a.m. and then there's going to be the evening, but then there's the brightness question. What's the best advice you could give us to take a look at this?
If you're going to look in the morning, which is over the next week or so, you want to look in the northeast sky. You want a nice clear horizon, and hopefully very little cloud, because the cloud will obscure the detail in the tail. If you have binoculars, that'll give you your best chance to see the comet. Although people are saying it is naked eye visible, that's very difficult to do if you're not trained at doing this, because while it's bright relative to other comets, it's not very bright, especially in the morning twilight. But look in the northeast. I have some friends this morning that went out along the hydro corridor north of in North Toronto for a clear view. If you live in an apartment or a condominium with an eastern sky, that's probably a great place to be, because you don't even have to leave your home. You can just look in the northeast.
That sounds great. It's good to talk to you about this, Malcolm Park. I appreciate your time.
Thank you very much.